Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream with me and Ali. Our YouTube collaboration where we build stuff together, do front-end magic basically. These live streams. I'm happy to be here today for the fourth live stream in a row. We've been consecutive doing this every Saturday at 1 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. Ali's time. Ali's here on my screen, I think. Yeah. So we've been doing this every Saturday. We did really cool stuff. And today we are here again to build our awesome stuff. And yeah, happy to be here. Hello, so Ali, how are you? How are you? Talk to us. How are you?
Okay, so hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing great and happy weekends. So as Toby said, that this is our fourth live stream, and we are going to build something very cool that is very necessary, and everyone must know it in order to make their website to look fantastic and beautiful. So for today's live stream, we are going to make amazing item, I can say, like this one. If you like, can you share my screen, Toby?
Okay, sure, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So the design that we are going to make for today's live stream is going to be this one. Like if you see, like there's no need to give from full information about this one because if you see this one, you're willing to make it, but maybe you don't know how to make it, so no problem. We are going to make it in today's live stream. So yeah, like this is the design. So before we start coding it, first, we need to give information like how we are going to make this kind of design. So first of all, so what we need to do is to make a div. Like inside of div, you can add so many things, but for now we are just adding one text, which is hello world. And for this one, we are going to center it, and we are going to say like something like a rectangular, and we are going to give a padding because we need a padding for this one. And if we don't add padding, so we will discuss it later why we need to add padding. And
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this one, for making this rectangular shape, so
Mm-hmm.
we are going to use pseudo element for this one.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, so that sounds amazing. We are going to learn
Yeah,
so
it
many
does.
things, so many new things.
Yeah, yeah, it does. I'm excited. I mean, and this is something that you don't see very often because I mean, one of the
Mhm.
things I struggled with starting out was like making a very cool Euro section of my page because the Euro section is basically the part of your page that attracts people to your website. And if it isn't that,
Exactly.
yeah, and if it doesn't call out to you, I mean, like sort of loses the vibe from this. I lose the vibe from a website. So yeah, this is cool, and I'm sure this can be applicable to most people. So I think we should dive right
Yes.
into it. Yeah, yeah, sure,
Yeah, you're
awesome.
absolutely true. So let's
Yeah,
go to the VS Code. So all we need for today's live stream, like just one file, which is HTML, and one file for CSS. So in
yes.
HTML, this is the code that everyone must have it. But for inside the body, as I said, we need only one div, so we are going to make
Mm-hmm.
it, and we can name it, give it a class name, which is going to be container.
Yeah.
And inside of this item, as I said, you can add so many new things, so many things. But for today's, we are going to make it simple. So we only add one item, which is
Which one?
hello
Hello
world,
world.
and you can add anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's all for HTML. That's all
Mm-hmm.
we need for this one. So let's go to and also we need to open it with live server
Yeah, of
to
course,
see
of
it.
course.
Yeah. And now we can see it. So let's work on the CSS. And you might ask, like, what is live server? So if you open it with live server, whenever you save a file, it's going to affect the website automatically. So how you can have it, you can go to the extension and search for live server. And you can install it. And if you see there are like 31 nearly 32 million people have downloaded. So you have to download it as well because it's very important and it's very famous.
Yeah.
It
Mhm.
will make your work easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Mhm. So for this one, we are going to reset the margin and the padding. So we are going to use the universal selector. We say
Yeah.
margin 0 and padding 0, and that's it. It's going to reset. And also,
But of
you have to
course,
connect your CSS
of
to
course,
HTML. Yeah.
if we go back to the CSS for a bit, you
Mm.
can also add it to the after and before. I mean, this is template
Oh
code that
yeah.
we do every time. I feel
And
like
also,
it can
yeah,
actually be a, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, bro.
So
Because yeah.
we can add it to the before and after too as well because at times we might want to. At times, most of our live streams we're using pseudo elements a lot, and it would be good if
Mm,
we added it to both the universal selector and pseudo elements as well. I think yeah, it's
yeah.
just a something I'm very following. Yeah, so
Mm,
getting back
yeah.
to yeah.
Exactly. So you might
Hmm?
ask, like, it's not working. So the problem is, like, we have to connect the CSS file to HTML. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
connect it. So the way that we can connect it is by saying link rel is equal to the style sheet, and inside the href we are going to say the name of the file, which is style.css, and
Yes,
that
yes,
is
yeah,
going to
exactly.
work. And okay, it's working.
Exactly. Hmm?
So let's select the body because we want to center this text inside center of the page. So we can
Yeah,
select the body and we give it a height of 100 VH. And for centering a div, we are going to use grid box because with grid box you can center a div with two lines of code. So we say
yeah.
display flex grid, and we say
Great.
place item center.
Items center easily, very
Okay,
easily.
yeah, with two lines of code. So,
But we place items. Would you like to tell the viewers what place items does? Because it seems like a shorthand. Yeah.
okay, so place item, like, let me uncomment this one, comment this one. And so the other way of centering a div is going to be, say, justify content center and item align item center. So this is also how we can do it. But for a short way of doing this one, like we can say place item center. Place item actually is going to work as justify content and place item.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
we can say place items is equal to justify content and align item.
Yeah. 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 We
Yeah,
can do that.
that's
Like just one line of code. Just one line of
yeah.
code. Flex.
Yeah.
Flex doesn't give us that. So it's
Yeah.
always good to use grid for this. Flex
Mhm.
doesn't give us that one liner. Yeah. Hmm?
Yeah,
Moving
that
on.
flex doesn't give the permission of using the place item, so we need to use it with gridbox. That's
Grid.
how we use
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
So for now,
Hmm.
let's give it a font family because right now it's not looking good. Let's give it a
Yeah.
sans serif. Yeah, that's good. So for
Hmm.
now, we are done with the body. So let's select the div itself, which we have given it a class name, which is container. So we
Container.
say
Yeah.
container. So right now, let's give it a call background color to see where it is. Yeah, it is here. So we need this one. The width must be the full, like it must fill out the page, the width.
Let
So
me.
we say,
Can I
yeah,
set
yeah,
that?
go ahead. Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead, bro.
okay. So we can set the width to be sorry. I said the width from my right here. Yeah, okay. To be 100% of its parent. I think that does it.
Okay, it's working fine.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's looking
Yeah.
good.
It's like I broke the entire thing. Okay, moving on.
Okay, okay. You can continue from now on, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Oh
can
yeah, so we have
continue.
to
Yeah.
wait. Okay, okay, awesome. So we have to wait 100%. One thing we can do though is and try to set a padding to make it such that the container is has space at the top and the bottom. So to do that, I can like use there's this really cool shorthand I can use. I can use like padding block. I think I can set like a fixed amount of size. Maybe like let me use pixels. I think pixels. Let's see what do we have. Change. Oh, it's too tiny. Should I increase it?
Yeah, you should
Maybe I
increase
should.
it. Like you
Maybe
use
I should
M
use
for this one. Yeah, M
RAM. Okay.
or RAM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like RAM. So what do we have now?
Uh, like say something like 10 RAM.
That's like what's it
Yeah.
called?
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, what's it? That's good. That's good. Okay.
Yeah.
So we said that padding block also is like shorthand for like padding top and bottom and padding left and right. So you can easily do like vertical and horizontal with padding block as well. But it works under certain conditions and it has like better compatibility with some properties than normal padding. So yeah, I'm not going to bore you with the details. So let's just move on with what we have
That's
currently.
it. But,
So now that
uh,
we look at the page now, we see hello world moving to the side of the page, but we don't want that. So we have to make it such that we actually do centralize it and move the stuff. But since hello world is just a text, we can use text align. The text align can go here, align the text to the center. Text align if I can spell it correctly. Center. So when we see that text hello world is centralized now, good. So moving on. One thing we can set is change the color as well. I'm writing my CSS. I like to write my CSS to be consistent. So I'm going to move color be on the same place with the background color. Maybe color even be the first. I like to write CSS such a way that I think it's even better for your readability so you can read it properly.
exactly.
So I will set color to be so the color to be white. So the color is white now. And we have a background color to be red, width 100%, padding block 10 rem, text align, center. So now,
Mhm.
should I continue from here as well?
Yeah, you can continue.
Okay, awesome. So Ali said I should continue, so I'm taking it and continuing. So now, for us to actually grasp what we need to do here, I might want to use I wanted to try using maybe like an after property, but since we already have a background color here, I think we can actually make it work by just transforming the background itself. What do you think, Ali?
Uh, but if we do that, because like that's also going to work, but we are going to have a problem. Like if we use transform
Yeah,
in with the dot container, so it's going to rotate, but also the item inside of it is also going to
text
rotate.
is going to exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So we can't do that. So we have to try something
Mhm.
different. So now,
Mhm.
so since that is what we need to do, that means I'm going to need to use a pseudo element. And if I'm using a pseudo
Yeah,
element in conjunction with this, yeah, can you hear me?
exactly. Yeah, I can hear
Yeah.
you.
So if I use a pseudo element in conjunction with the current hello world container block, I'm going to need to use create a stacking context. And by stacking context, I mean I'm going to use position. So I can make this guy the relative position, then I make my pseudo element the absolute, make it absolute to the main container, such that I can then rotate it such that then we have no problems whatsoever with our text and the text is perfectly on where it should be. So I'm going to
Exactly.
like write everything I'm going to write everything I've just said now in CSS, so you actually can make sense out of it. Sounds like gibberish now, but let's get it to work. So I can add this property here. Isolation is a property in CSS that it has two properties. It has two properties basically. I mean two values basically. I think there's none and there's isolation. So isolation basically takes your current element and then gives it a new stacking context. So stacking context is something that has to do with z index. For those of you that probably don't know, stacking context is just me saying z index and maybe taking it out of the page and attaching an element. So I don't want to bore you with this stacking context, but just know that I'm basically trying to overlay items on one another. That's basically what stacking content is, like stacking, as it says. so
Yeah,
um, so
that's a
yeah,
great explanation, bro. Because I
thank you.
didn't know how to explain it because it was so hard, but you explained it very good. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you, bro. So position relative. I need to make this guy position relative. So moving on like this, I have it as position relative. And yeah, for now, let me not write too much code on it, but let me go to its studio element and write code. Then we can then work from there and make it work. So CSS3 actually allows me to use one column for after, but I'm going to use two for convention. So moving on, I'm going to never forget the content property. Never forget content. The content is going to be an empty quote. And then
Exactly.
yeah, like that. So content. So now that we have content, what else do we need to set on the property to make it work? We've added content, done the we made the content such that it's after the property. So we can then proceed maybe to do something simple. So moving on, I can give it a width and a height, I think. Let me give it a width and a height to span the full page. It's full the full page experience anyways. So I can do like 100% here and height as well, 100%. Right? So we're not seeing it
Exactly.
yet. We're not seeing it yet because we still need to add some more properties. So now let me make this guy a position of absolute, which is going to be absolute relative to this guy here. So we made it absolute now. Still can't see it yet. It's still in the shadows. But let me not write too much code.
Yeah.
Let me just give it a background color. Let me give it a
Yeah.
background color and just try to we can see what we're working with. Background, let's scroll up a bit. Background color of black. What we have currently. So what do
Okay,
we
it's
have?
working.
Oh, it's right there. It's right there, right there. Like
Yeah.
it's relative to the hello world container right there, but it's like hanging around the body. So but we don't want that. We need it to be directly overlaid on top of we need this hello world
Mhm.
text to be overlaid directly on top of it. That's what we need. So that's the stacking context gibberish I've been saying all so far. But let me now show you now
Mhm.
to see so you see how it works. So now I'm going to give it a top of since I'm within this container. If you can highlight the container in red for me, Ali. I'm within the red container now. So now I
Mhm.
want to use my position. Yeah, if you can, yeah, I'm within the red container. I want to use the position to help me bring the black guy, the black, sorry, the black box
Okay.
to be directly on top of the yellow vortex. So it will be fit into the container. That's what I want to do now.
Mhm.
So let's try that now and see what would
Yeah.
happen.
Let's do it.
So
Yeah.
the top of zero, left, left of zero. I put a semicolon here now. So yeah,
Okay.
see,
It's right now.
right,
It's top of the container.
yeah, top of it. But we don't want that. We don't want that. So now I'm going to show you. I'm going to add just one line of code, and then you see the magic I've been saying so far. So let's add the
Yeah.
line of code and see what would happen. So let's put c index. Now since they're in the same z-axis now, the same stacking context. I've said this like 200 times. But now let's see what would happen now. If I make the after property go below the main property. If I do like -1, what happens? Refresh. Oh, it goes directly below it because the
Uh,
background color of red is
yeah.
actually there. So, yeah. But if you comment that out now,
So
if I comment it out, refresh.
yeah.
Ah,
Okay. Good.
awesome. So do you want to take it from here, Ali?
Okay. Yeah. So far,
Yeah.
Toby explained very well. It was awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
So for now,
yeah, thank you.
so for like if you want to use CSS, like do something, you have to always set a background color to something like it is actually working or not. So Toby
Mm-hmm.
did it very well. So if we see the design, it's like we see a gradient color instead of a solid color, so we can add it
Hmm.
a gradient color as well. So we say background to be linear
linear
gradient,
gradient.
and there
Yeah.
are two colors that we are going to use. There are two colors. This is going to be
Mm-hmm.
the first one, and this is going to be the second one. Okay. So right now it's good.
Mm.
So let's give it a
Oh,
degree,
looks cool.
like 45 degree. So right now it's looking
Ooh,
good.
it's going this way now.
Okay.
You
So,
know, that looks
yeah.
really cool.
So yeah. So right now it's a rectangular. Like it's a very solid rectangular. So let's give it like we want this kind of rectangular, this kind of shape. So how we can do it? We can do it by saying transform is Q instead of rotate. So you might think that we are going to use rotate, but actually we are going to use skew Y. We set it
So
to -5.
this cue is actually just bending, like warping the shape. It's just like warping it. It's not really
Yeah,
tilting. It's just warping the shape. Yeah.
exactly.
Hmm.
So right
So,
now, like I give it a -5 degree, and that's the shape that we want. Like we can increase it as well, like 10 degree or something like 20 degree. But I think -5 degree really
yeah,
fit the
does
design. Mhm.
does
So
does
right now,
really does.
yeah, it's right now we can say that it is fully responsive. Like when we increase the size, it's also looking good in the mobile
Hmm.
screen, tablet screen, and laptop.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
that's
really
like a
awesome.
40, yeah, that's the 40 lines of code. We can achieve this kind of shape.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
With 40 lines of code, we achieved this.
yeah.
Oh, if we remove the background color red, that makes it 39.
Mm,
Oh, that makes it 42 rather. Makes it 42 lines. Like
yeah,
in total.
like if we remove this one and also
Yeah,
this one, this
yeah,
color one,
yeah. We do it in less than.
and
Ooh,
yes.
ooh, ooh.
And okay, there was an
Yeah.
extra X beside the width, so we have to remove it.
Yeah. So 35 lines of code, or 36, and we did this with 36 lines of code. So this is really cool.
Okay, and
I really love this.
yeah, it's really good.
And
It was short, but very informative.
yeah, 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 yeah. And Ash joined us. He said he's outside his house, so you can't follow. He's outside his house, so you can't follow today.
No problem. You can see this live stream later and make this kind of shape
Yeah, yeah,
because if you learn this
yeah.
one, it will really help us a lot for making a hero section
Hmm.
or other section.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's one thing I think people actually do find hard to do. I mean, because you might not be a designer, but like with ready-made stuff like this, you can just use the code and improvise from there and make something cool as a front-end developer. So, yeah, do you have any comments, or is there anything you think we can still do to this?
So one comment like add animation for the background and also add some text.
Okay.
So we can add some text like we can say like lorem, something like this one.
Oh yeah, looks cool.
And
I
let's
think we
add
can
a
add the
padding
transition.
because yeah, transition.
The transition, maybe when you over out and over back in, sort of like heels back, heels tilts to the normal. But when you over in, tilts back. Or when you over out, I mean when you like when the mouse comes in, it stays this way. But when you over in, it tilts back to this way. What do you think?
Yeah, we can try it. You can try it. Yeah, you can make it. Go
Uh
ahead.
okay, let me try. Okay, so if we go back to the code, we go back to the code. This is what we have currently. Go back to the code. Okay, so I'm just going to do something really simple. I don't really want to um complicate things. Um,
Mhm.
but I'm going to be affecting. I'm going to basically be writing code to affect the after property. So if I try this, I try. Oh, are you writing? Okay, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So if I do container, write like container uh over I'm writing in the wrong place. Container over, and I do like after, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I can select that and I can say transform and skew it back, maybe to like skew on the y-axis, maybe back to like 0 degrees.
Mm-hmm. So let's give it a try. Uh-huh. And also we can add a transition.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's add a
Yeah,
transition. Let's say transition something like 2 milliseconds.
I can. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's good. What do you
Oh,
think?
that's nice. That's really nice. That's really nice. It's really nice. So when you go out, it's when you go back. Yeah, nice, really nice, really nice. I love it. Yeah, it's
It's
good,
good.
really good. Yeah, really good. So this was fun. It was really fun, really fun, really fun. So
Yeah,
I think if you wanted to optimize this, we would spend the entire day here trying to make this look better and adding more animations to make it look cool. But
yeah.
but this
Like if we,
yeah
mhm.
yeah yeah
like
yeah yeah
yeah, like if we put like 1 hour on it or 2 hours or a day, I'm sure that this is going to look fantastic, like better than
yeah
now.
fantastic.
But right now it's also looking good. But if we put
Mhm.
time on it, it's also going to be better than now.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
it's
point
going to
of
be
this
better now.
live stream to teach you like how we can do this, but the rest
Hmm.
is up to you. Like you can add so many, like you can add animation, you can add transition. So it's up to you.
Yeah, up to you, up to you.
Yeah.
So if we go back to the HTML, let's try to check the accessibility for the site. Let's see, are we using the correct tags? Are we using the correct HTML tags? Yeah, so we are using the div of container, which is kind of cool, I guess. But we can actually make this container an article. What do you think? Do you know of the article tag?
Article. Yeah. Like we can also do that. Like
Because
we can add. hmm
yeah, yeah,
Like we can also
yeah, go ahead.
like instead of using the div all the time, like HTML gives you the permission to use some other text other than like div, because if we use div all the
Yeah.
time it's going to be boring, but you can use section,
Mm-hmm.
article, aside, footer, or navbar, and it's
Or we
going to
can still stick with
be
the div.
mhm,
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be great and respond and accessible. But we can still stick with this div and maybe use an area label. Maybe like
mhm.
area label of like I think I'm trying to remember which area label to use for heading. Maybe like banner, I think. There's like banner. I mean, maybe I
Banner,
should
yeah.
yeah, I think banner works.
hmm
If this is actually something. What do you think? What do you think? Or should we can use the right tags because with an article tag we can actually take um the text and like because an article basically means that you can take that element itself and use it anywhere else, like irrespective of
hmm
context. But with this kind of
yeah,
design we've done, we can actually use it anywhere. I think we can use it anywhere like we want to use it and it still sort of like works out. But
yeah, yeah,
we can still use area as well. Yeah. But it's going to be
yeah.
rule of banner.
hmm but yeah, we can also use area label, but yeah, we can also do that, but I don't use that in my project. But it's good to use that. Like once
Yeah, it
I
is.
was working with Next.js, so it was warning me
Mhm.
that like I use Lighthouse for checking the performance of my website, and I saw that
Yeah.
it was giving me warning like you have to use area label for anchor tag. So I
Oh,
used
yeah.
that, and it fixed the warning.
Hmm.
So it's good to use the area label for this kind of situation.
Hmm. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Just
Mhm.
for a bit of accessibility, that's all. Yeah, accessibility is
Yeah.
really important. So as front-end devs, I think at times we should pay attention to it. But yeah,
Yeah,
that does it for today.
accessibility. Yeah, accessibility and
Yeah.
also readability. Like accessibility
Hmm.
and also readability for screen readers. Like
Hmm.
if someone is
Yeah.
going to read our book code, it's going to be easy for them like what this div is going to do or what this div is for. So if they see the
Hmm.
area label or the rule, you're going to notice that this div is especially for the banner. So it's also going to make
Hmm.
the work easy for us and also for others.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's the exact point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love this today, Ali. We had so much fun, and we even went beyond what we actually envisaged. We added the animation phase, which was a really cool feature to add. And yeah, we did it all in 36 lines of CSS. Yeah, so you're pushing to GitHub.
Exactly.
Yeah, so so we have this all this code for the live stream we're doing so far on GitHub, and I think we should be adding the the link to the description so that people can check it out for live streams and stuff
Sure.
like that. And yeah, so we'll be doing that from next week, I think. And yeah,
Exactly.
so far so good. It was cool. Maybe we can take a screenshot, Ali, to show what we did.
Okay. Okay, done.
Uh, yeah, down awesome. Yeah, that was really cool. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I think that is all for today's live stream, and it was really cool for the fact that we were
Yeah.
able to do such a crazy thing in a short amount of time. And it was a simple task, but we took that much time because we took our time to go through it and collaborate and try to talk through our solution. Now, what do you think? What do you think?
So I think it was good. It was short, but very important. Like, it was good. Like it was short. Like what should I say? All I can say is it was amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Yeah.
really cool, really cool. So yeah, so far so good. I love the live streams that we've been doing so far, and we've really done really great stuff. And yeah, this makes the fourth live stream for our series, and yeah, the
Mhm.
fourth for HTML and CSS. Next week will be the last for HTML and CSS. Then we'll be bringing more and more advanced. Like we're moving step by step, basically,
Yeah,
in
step by
this
step.
journey. Yeah, and I and Ali are going to be going on this amazing journey. Yeah, so thank you so much
Yes.
everyone for joining. Thank you so
Yeah.
much everyone
Thank
for
you.
joining live stream on LinkedIn, on Twitch, on YouTube. We acknowledge you guys and we're happy you guys joined the live stream. Thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you very much,
Any
everyone.
final words, Ali?
The final words, like, if we compare ourselves with the first live stream, if you like, you can see the huge difference between the
Yeah,
first live stream, and this live stream. If you notice that,
yeah,
like,
each.
our self confidence is increased, like we can speak very well, like, thanks
Mm-hmm.
God, and we don't we don't feel shy. That's very important. And
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, the point of all, like the point of this having this kind of live stream is to improve ourselves, not
Yeah.
to gain likes, not to care about the likes, but to improve ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because for me,
Yeah.
like why I'm doing this kind of live stream with Toby is to increase the self confidence that we really need it in the future when once we apply for a job. Because
Yeah.
if we continue this kind of live stream, we can get used to them, and once we
Mm-hmm.
have like interview in the future, it's going to be easy because we have the experience, we have the self-confidence, and yeah, that's all. And thank you very much. And
Yeah.
also we
Yeah.
have Raja. Hello, Raja, how are you?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Raja. Well said, Ali. Well said. One thing I
Yeah.
actually think about this live stream is like I actually think of it as a coffee chat. You know, I do coffee chats a lot, and that's what I feel.
Yeah.
That's what I always see this live stream as. That it's just two guys having a coffee chat, but
Hmm.
instead they are doing it on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch.
Yeah. And that's
that's
really cool.
that's what I. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yeah, so I think that's the end of the live stream. So
Mhm.
and thank you very much everyone for joining today, and really appreciate you guys for showing up and giving your support and
Yeah,
um
thank you very
chiming
much.
us on. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. And I guess bye from me. Bye.
Yeah, bye. And thank you very much, everyone, for the support. really need it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
thank you very
guys.
much.